Alright, I am live. Alright, now I'm gonna check back on my phone. Wait, why is it... Hold on. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure if I'm streaming. Alright, there we go. Wait, why is it... Okay, there we go. We're stream. We're alright. I should be good to go now. Alright, everyone. I've decided that I want to go ahead and finish up this game a day after the first session, so I can get this done and over with. So when I actually do return back to this game, picking back where I left off in the Let's Play, that is. So yeah. So today we're gonna be doing all of Dusty Desert, Opal Gorge, and the first half of Honey Hive, which is up to Challenge 6, and that's where I left off in the original Let's Play before the whole BitLock recovery situation that I had a few weeks ago. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So yeah, we're gonna be starting Dusty Desert. Oh yeah, also I've did some research on about the bit rate of my stream, and I actually changed the bit rate to 1200 because in the previous session there was a little bit of lag, and so I actually had to do some research on how I would fix that. And it says that if you want to stream at 1080p and 60 frames per second, your bit rate has to be at least 1200. So I went to the OBS settings and I changed the bit rate to 1200. So I'm hoping that there isn't any lag for this stream. So yeah, we are in Dusty Desert. This is level 7 of the game. So yeah, once again, I will not be talking as much here because I do want to focus on this game, and plus, I'm already familiar with this level. Alright, so now we gotta click on these lights to lower this barrier here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now we're gonna have to climb up here. Not only that, I also recorded another part of Snake and Jake Midnight March earlier today, and that will be coming out tomorrow. And I also talked about myself doing these live stream sessions in that video, so you will be hearing me talking about those once that new part of Midnight March comes out. Just to give you guys a heads up. So yeah, once I finish this level, I will check back on my phone. Oh wait, oh yeah, there's the ending right there. Yeah, I was gonna check back on my phone to see if the stream isn't like lagging or anything, because I do have a good connection. And I also changed the bit rate. because the bitrate was pretty low, and not only that, you've noticed that the video quality was a little blurry in the last session. That was only because that I didn't have the right bitrate. All right, there we go. All right, we should be good now. Because the bitrate was pretty low. Oh, okay. Challenge. I think this is challenge 4. Yeah, this is challenge 4. And this is the Cookie Scouts level. Because challenge 6 was another Milk Bandit level, so this is going to be the next Cookie Scout level. Cookie delivery. Yep, this is it. Now, in my original playthrough of this level, I did mess up so many times, but I'm going to try not to mess up as much in this session. But I still was able to clear the level, though. It was just that I just had so many mistakes that I made, but we're going to try to do it perfectly for this part. So what you want to do is we're going to have to you're going to have to drag one of these Cookie Scouts up here, like this one, for example. And then we can just let the other ones come down here. Alright, there we go. Are you kidding? I'm starting over. To where I don't end up losing any of them. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, now I gotta bring Steak up here so he doesn't go through here, because Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. And that's how you were supposed to do it. Oh yeah, I need to be getting some more cow caches too, because I am going to be buying more hats. Yeah, I don't think there's anything important up there. And I'll go ahead and just get those cow caches anyways. Alright, so we have another switch coming up here, so... Yeah, I should be good to go here. Alright, now in this part, you're gonna have to drag the Cookie Scouts down here so they can jump on the spring and it will land on top of that switch. So yeah, once again, I don't think there's anything important up there, so I'm not going to worry about filling those blocks. Alright, we did it. We actually managed to bring all of them to the end of the stage. Because in my original playthrough of this level, I ended up screwing that up pretty big time, but I was able to do it very successfully here, so that's great. Alright, and with that, that was challenge 4. Not too shabby. Oh yeah, 4 people watching. Nice. Alright, so now we're about to head on over to the next part of a Dusty Desert. Then after that will be our 4th milk race. So yeah, I do hope that the VOD for this stream doesn't have any lag, because I am very concerned about that. Alright, so here are the new enemies. These are the Cactigras. That's the name of these little spiky, thorny enemies here. Alright, there's nothing crazy up there but just cow caches. Alright, if I remembered correctly... Oh yeah, you gotta click on these. Oh, I need yellow. Alright, now we're gonna have to roll this boulder. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't really need that cookie. Alright, so we have this door. We're gonna have to open. Oh yeah, I need yellow. Alright. Alright, there's the ending. Very easy. Okay, so coming up next is going to be our fourth milk race. And I got 10 cow caches too. Alright, let's go ahead and buy ourselves a new hat. Let's buy the Collinator cap. Yeah, I never actually bought this hat in the original playthrough, so this is pretty interesting. Alright. Milk Race 4, Dusty Desert Race. So you know what the deal is. You're gonna have to beat your opponent. Yeah, I do need yellow so I can add these blocks. Yeah, I remembered challenge number 6 being a little annoying. Yes, it is a Milk Bandit stage, but there was this one particular part that was really annoying in my opinion, and you'll find out soon enough once we get to there. Oh yeah, I need yellow. Alright. So we have a whole barrage of enemies here, which is no big threat. No! I didn't mean to remove that block. Green. Alright, there's the ending. Alright, I have to kill this enemy down here. Alright, there we go. Okay, now it's time for us to do our next balloon break level. Then after that, we have the boss Cactigraw. That's coming up next. Yeah, the stream looks like to be... Yeah, I'm looking back at the stream right now on my phone, and it looks pretty smooth. Which is good to know. And it doesn't look as blurry either. Wait, I am seeing a little dipping, but that really shouldn't be much of a huge issue. But all right, balloon break. Yeah, that cow block is just for cookies. I don't really need any right now. So you have to click on all these blocks if you're gonna make it through here. Alright, now we're gonna remove these blocks. Alright, blocks to remove. Alright, gonna ride back the elevator. Okay. And then there's the ending, right over there. Alright, we did it. Alright, so now we're about to enter the final level of Dusty Desert, and that is the boss. And then we can start Opal Gorge, which is level 8 of the game. Alright, making some milk. Yeah, it takes time to make milk. Alright, this is it. Boss Cactigraw. Alright, there's the boss. Hope I didn't mess that up. Alright, cool. I didn't end up touching that mine, which I was a little bit worried because it was so close to the platforms or the blocks that I was afraid I was going to touch it, but we're all good. Wait, no! Are you... dang it! That's one I thought I added those blocks, but I guess I didn't. Alright, I guess we're starting this boss over again. Alright, we defeated the boss, which is good. Gotta get these mines out of here. No! I didn't click. Oh my gosh. Guys, this is getting stupid because I'm not trying to click on the objects. Like, I'm trying to add blocks, I'm not trying to remove them. Like, my god. Yeah, the boss needs to hurry on back so I can... Alright, there we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about going up there. Alright, yeah, this is the ending. Alright, everyone, and with that, we have finished Dusty Desert. Nice. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so about to start Opal Gorge. And this world introduces the Hue Bugs, which are the ladybug enemies. Yeah, so we got these barriers. We have to click on the lights to turn off. We're gonna climb up here. Yeah, because I am very familiar with this level, I really don't have anything to add because I am aware of this level since I've played it in the original portion of the Let's Play. So yeah, once I'm done with this stream session, the Steak and Drake Let's Play, the original Steak and Drake game will continue. So I'm not completely canceling that project now that I'm redoing this game. But the other games like Papa Louie 2, Papa Louie 3, and Cactus McCoy 2, unfortunately, I will not be redoing those games. Those games, as much as I would like to redo them, I don't really see a reason to. And especially with Cactus McCoy 2, especially with that game, there is no way I'm redoing that game. I was telling us to come up here. Alright, so we're gonna get yellow. We're gonna kill these enemies so they can get out of our way. Oh yeah, wrong color. Alright, we got the timer. And there's the ending. We're gonna kill this enemy. No, yellow. Yellow. There we go. Alright, so next up is our 5th challenge, and that's going to be the Timer Bomb challenge. Hello, Total Knuckles Island, the Thousand Year Door. Hello. So if you're just joining, I'm basically redoing Steak and Jake, so I can catch up to speed to where I left off in my original Let's Play of the game. So don't worry, the Steak and Jake Let's Play is going to continue right after I'm done with this session. Alright, so this is Challenge 5 Doomsday, and it's another Timer Bomb challenge, as I've stated earlier. So I am going to be aware of that. Alright, let's click on that. Okay, so far so good. Making sure that I'm making some good choices here. Alright, I gotta hurry up and get blue. Alright, let's see what's coming towards me. Alright, need yellow. Crap! Dang it! Yeah, it's no big deal, we got this. Are gonna come up here. Alright, yellow. Alright, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Blue, 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 blue. Alright, now we need red. So we're gonna have to come down here. Wait. I hope I didn't mess that up. I don't think I can I don't know if I can make it through there. Cause yeah, I probably screwed this up, you guys. Yeah. Dang it! I don't know what was I thinking doing that. Yeah, really, I'm gonna be awfully quiet here so I can focus on this, because we do need to get a move on if I want to finish this session. I need red, yellow, 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 yellow. Alright, green. Alright, there we go. Oh shoot, that was close. Oh my god. Oh shoot. That's a good thing I caught that, or else I would have freaking had to start all over again. Alright, let's see here. Yellow, red. Alright, green. Yeah, see, this is why you need to really pay attention to these levels, because if not, you'll mess up like I was about to do. Jeez. Alright, yellow. Alright, we're done. Alright, that was challenge 5. So now we're about to move on to the next part of Opal Gorge. And then we will have our 5th milk race. Alright, let's go ahead and... Wait, I don't... Okay, let's buy the Fez. Alright. Alright, and with that, we only have one more double-digit hat we can purchase, which is the sombrero, which I'll have enough coins. And after that, the rest of the hats are in the triple digits, so they're like in the hundreds. So you really gotta stack. You really gotta stock up on those cow caches if you want to buy those triple-digit hats that are in the 100s. All right, so here are the Hue Bugs. These are the little enemies that I was referring to earlier. All right, let's see. We're gonna hit this block. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, let's speed things up. Because we don't want to go. We don't want to walk too slow now. We do want to at least make it to the end here. All right, so we have another barrier. Oh, you have a couple of barriers. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna come up here. All right, there we go. We did it. Not too bad. All right, time for us to do our next milk race number 5. And then after that, we got the balloon break and the boss. And then after that, we'll start level 9, which is a honey hive. And there's only gonna be doing 2 levels of that, which is the first half of honey hive and challenge 6. And then that'll be it. That'll be the session, and I'll be caught up. Oh yeah, I remember this milk race. Wait, for here, we're gonna have to fill up these blocks. Yeah, here you really gotta speed up. Alright, let's see what's over here. Oh, okay. We're gonna kill that Hue bug. And there we go, there's the ending, right down here. Alright, very easy. Milk Race number 5 has been cleared. Alright, now it's time for us to do the balloon break and the boss Hue bug, and Opal Gorge will be finished. Only 2 levels left of Opal Gorge. So yeah, this session has been pretty fun so far. I'm glad that I'm almost to the home stretch, or to the ending, that is. Alright, let's get rid of these blocks. Alright, yellow. Oh shoot, okay, never mind. Crud. Yeah, then we gotta have the jump up here. Oh yeah, I gotta add these blocks. Alright, here's a cow block that we're gonna have to hit to lower that barrier. And there's the ending. Alright, let's kill this Hue bug. No. Alright, we did it. Alright, up next is the boss, and we only have 2 levels to go after that. Alright, we have enough to... No, we don't. We need 70 to buy the sombrero. Alright, boss Hue bug approaching. Let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, I'm not taking that spring because the last time I took that spring in the project, I ended up dying because there was something up there that I wasn't too a fan of, so I'm not going to take that path. Dang it! Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna die here. That mine is awfully too close to that block, and if I touch it, I'm gonna die. Yeah. I knew I was gonna die the moment I saw that mine touching that block. I mean, you don't really die because, I mean, technically you do because you can fall into pits. Alright, die. Alright. Dang it, I forgot to jump! Oh my god. Guys, I'm so sorry right now, like... Jeez. Okay, yeah, in all seriousness, I really do need to finish this, because I do not want to spend too much time here. Okay, I really do need to jump. Oh yes, this part. Oh my god, I hate this part. Yeah, I really can't see what's ahead of me up here. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to boost. I'm just going to focus on finishing this. Alright, now we need yellow. Alright, we're done. Opal Gorge is finished. Alright, you guys, 2 more levels to go. 2 more levels to go. And then we will be finished. Alright, thank gosh. Alright, got 64 cow caches. Alright, so we're about to start Honey Hive. And yes, this is the current level that I'm in the Let's Play as of right now, Honey Hive. And yeah. So we got this level and challenge 6, and then after that, I'll be catched up. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Okay. Speed things up just a little bit. Yeah, after I'm done streaming, I'm gonna go get myself something to eat because I'm really hungry right now. Alright, let's speed things up. Alright, we got the snakes. Alright, we did it. Pretty easy. Alright, let's change it to red. Alright, everyone. Final level. Challenge 6. The final level for this session. And then from here on out, I'll be catching up with this game, and I'm really excited for this. Alright, now let's buy myself the sombrero. Finally. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with challenge 6. Oops, accidentally hit it. It's no big deal. Alright, let's go. Challenge 6, Honey Hive Bandits. Alright, there goes the Milk Bandits. Alright, let's kill this guy. Or you're dead. I gotta get rid of this boulder. Oh no. Alright. First try, baby. First try. Thank God. Woo! Alright, everyone. That's it. We've did it. These are all the sessions I'll be doing, and I finally caught up with this game. So next time, I'll be returning back to Steak and Jake 1 as my Let's Play. So I'm very happy that I was able to do this in one attempt. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream because I'm gonna to get ready to go downstairs to get something to eat. So yeah, you guys, Steak and Jake will now continue. So here's what's gonna happen, you guys. So right now, I am still doing Steak and Jake Midnight March, and once I'm finished with that game, I am going to record Super Mario Flash 2, and then after that, I will be returning back to Steak and Jake 1, and not only that, I'll be simultaneously playing through a new game that I'll be trying out, which is Blacksmith. I'll be playing through that game as I will continue with Steak and Jake 1. So yeah, I'm very happy that I was able to redo this game again as a stream session, and I've caught up to where I left off. So thank you all for coming. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you guys next time on Saturday, June 29th, with my real live stream that I scheduled to come out. And that's going to be session 1 of Papa's Hot Doggeria. So once again, thank you all for coming. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.